welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 New York Yankees baseball. We got the Chicago White Sox taking on the New York Yankees in Yankee Stadium. Let's take a look at the visiting team's starting lineup. Leading off for the White Sox, playing shortstop is Luis Aparicio. Batting second and playing second is Nellie Fox. Batting third, playing center field is Jim Landis. Batting fourth, playing right field is Floyd Robinson. Batting fifth, playing first base is Roy Serves. Batting sixth, playing left field is Minnie Mioso. Batting seventh, playing third base is Andy Carey. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Cam Carrion. And batting ninth, doing the pitching for the Chicago White Sox is Billy Pierce. Let's take a look here at the hometown New York Yankees starting lineup. We got leading off, playing second base is Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstop is Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is the Moose, Bill Schuyler. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting seventh, playing left field is Hector Lopez. Batting eighth, playing third base is Clint Boyer. And batting ninth on the mound is Raleigh Sheldon. Let's get down here to Yankee Stadium, folks, and get this game started. Hey, Bernard. Good morning to you, bud. And Raleigh Sheldon enters this game with a 3.03 ERA. He's 9-4 on the season. He's got 5 complete games. Let's see what he can do here against Luis Aparicio, who's batting .221 on the year. Here's the pitch, and he gets a hold of this one off of Sheldon, folks. And that ball is driven into the left center field. It's rolling around out there. Mick finally gets over to it. He's turning second, headed for third, and he's going to be in there safely with a triple, folks. And just like that, the White Sox got a man down at third and nobody out. That brings up Nellie Fox. And Nellie's batting .239 on the year. Yankees will play back, give up that early run. Not trying to give up a big inning here in the first. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. And that'll be out number 1 for the Yankees. I'm sorry, that's popped up behind third base in foul territory. And going over there is Kubek to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 down now. Aparicio still down at third. Here's Jim Landis batting .253 with 14 home runs and 60 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. It's going to be deep enough to score Aparicio. And the White Sox are on the board. It's 1-0. Folks, now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Floyd Robinson. And Floyd's batting .318 on the year, folks. 12 home runs, 42 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Floyd. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And Mick, with a nice run and catch into the gap, robs Floyd of a base hit, folks. Sheldon, tip of the cap, gets out of that with a 1-run scored with the leadoff triple. We go to the bottom of the first. Richardson, Kubek, and Maris due up. See if the Yankees can bounce back here and get that run right back. Got Billy Pierce on the mound with a 3.11 ERA. He's 7-7. He's got 3 complete games on the year. And Bobby Richardson's batting .258 on the year now, folks. And Bobby flies out to left field to Minnie Mioso. That'll be out number 1. I'll bring up Tony Kubek now. Tony's batting .283 on the year with 6 home runs and 46 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nellie Fox. That'll be out number 2. That brings up Roger Maris. batting .268 on the year, folks, with 49 home runs and 97 RBIs. And we dropped the dice for the first time today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the serves at first. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for the Yankees. We go to the top of the second. It's a 1-0 ball game. Serves, who just made that put out at first, is due up first, followed by Mioso and Carey. And Roy's batting .258 on the year, 16 home runs and 73 RBIs. That's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson. He's up with it for out number 1 here in the second. Here comes Manny Mioso, batting .275, 22 home runs, 77 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Roger. He camps under it, and that's 2 up and 2 down here in the second. That brings up Andy Carey. Andy's hitting .231, 3 home runs, 26 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony Kubek, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Sheldon. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Mantle, Scourin, and Howard due up here for the Yanks. Mick trying to get that batting average over 300, batting .294 with the 35 home runs and 107 RBIs. And that's not going to get her done because that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Pierce's first strikeout of the game. That brings up Bill Scourin, the Moose, batting .290 with 34 home runs and 111 RBIs. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out to Landis. But he's got room out there near the monuments for out number 2. And that brings up Mr. Elston Howard now. Howard's batting .331, 11 home runs, 51 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Yankees go down in order again, folks, and we go to the top of the third. White Sox with a 1-0 lead. You got the bottom part of the order due up here for the White Sox carrying Pierce and Aparicio. Cam's batting .273, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Moose. He calls off Sheldon, steps on the bag for out number 1. And here comes Billy Pierce. He's batting .133 on the year with no home runs and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be Sheldon's first strikeout of the game. 2 down here. And here comes Aparicio, who tripled his first time up, folks. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Aparicio's aboard again, folks. He'll stop at first. That brings up Nellie Fox. And Nellie, he popped up the shortest first time up. And on the first pitch, Aparicio's taking off. He's heading down the second. Here's the throw from Howard. Bobby's down there, applies the tag, but it's too late. Aparicio's in there with a stolen base. It's an 0-1 count on Nellie Fox. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Lopez is out there today. And he makes the catch. So Aparicio gets stranded down at second. And we go to the bottom of the third. And Lopez just made a nice catch out there. Leads off, followed by Boyer and then Sheldon. Hector's batting .221. No home runs and 9 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks, off of Billy. Oh, Billy. And that's blasted in the right field. That'll roll up against a wall. And with Lopez's speed, he's going to be standing down at second with a leadoff double, folks. See if the Yankees can cash in here. A runner in scoring position and nobody out. Mr. Clint Boyer's up now, batting .246, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Boyer. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And Lopez is going to stay put as Manny Mioso gets to it. And that's one down. It's up to Mr. Sheldon. See if Billy can get him out with nobody advancing. Sheldon's batting .216 on the year, folks. No home runs and 3 RBIs. Can he help himself out here? Will be a ground ball down the second. And that'll get the runner over to third with 2 outs. So we got a runner on third for Bobby Richardson, who has a hot bat right now, folks. Can he come up with a good 2-out base hit here? He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the... Sorry, that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Floyd's got it, makes the catch, and that'll do it. They leave Lopez stranded at third. Lead-off double doesn't pan out, and it's still 1-0 White Sox. Landis, Robinson, and Serves due up here. Jim's got a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be hit down to Boyer at third. He fires across the diamond to Scowen. That'll bring up Floyd Robinson. And Floyd flew out to Mick his first time up. Mick made a nice catch, robbing Floyd of a base hit. Not this time. Mick comes charging in. He'll have to take that on the bounce. And Floyd's aboard with a single, 1 out now. Roy's up, Serves with a runner down at first. He grounded out the second. Yankees wouldn't mind that again. See if they can turn 2. And that's going to be a pickoff. Nice play by Sheldon. Floyd was getting ready to try to steal second. Gets too big of a lead. And Sheldon picks him off, folks. Not a smart move there by Robinson. So now there's 2 outs, nobody on for Serve. And that's going to be a single over the shortstop's head. Quebec couldn't come up with it. How big is that pickoff now? That probably would have been first and second. And only 1 out. Now Manny Mioso's up with Serve down at first. He flew out to Roger Maris his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Clint Boyer's got it. He fires across the diamond for the shore out. And the White Sox leave 1 on, folks. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the order here for the Yanks. Quebec, Maris. Well, not quite the top. Maris and Mantle, 2, 3, 4 hitters. Tony's 0 for 1. Let's see if he can get on base for them and them boys. And no, that's going to be a ground ball down to Andy at third. 1 down. So it's up to Maris and Mick to get something started here in the 4th. Roger grounded out the first his first time up. And he's going to try a ground ball down the third. And Andy says he's up to the task. 2 ground balls to third and 2 outs. Yogi's sitting on the bench saying that's deja vu all over again. And here's Mick, who struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, strike 3. Billy Pierce has gotten Mick's number so far today. And we make it to the top of the 5th. It's still a 1-0 game. Got the bottom part of the order due up here for the White Sox. Carry on and Pierce. And he grounded out to Quebec his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Clint Boyer. And that's going to be an E5, folks. Not typically what you see out of Boyer. So Carey gets on an error. Nobody out. Cam's up. Got the catcher up. Can you get a ground ball and double him up here, folks? He grounded out the first time up. And not this time, folks. That's a single in the right field. Carey will stop at second. And all of a sudden, it's first and second. And nobody out. Pierce is going to try to bunt them both in the scoring position. We got first and second here. Here's the pitch to Billy Pierce. And that's going to be a bunted down to first base. Scourin's up with it. His only play is going to be over to Bobby covering at first. So now we got second and third and only one out. And we got Aparicio, who's 2 for 2 today, folks. It's got a triple and a single, stolen base. Yanks are going to bring the infield in, try to hold that run, keep it a one-run game. 007, good morning to you, bud. Here's the pitch to Aparicio. And that's not what the Yankees want to see. That is a single in the left field. And that's going to score Carey. Carry on with his catcher. Speed's going to stop at third. So we got first and third now with one out. And on the 1-0 pitch, Aparicio's taking off for second, trying to get his second stolen base of the game, folks. Here's the throw from Howard. And Bobby applies the tag, but again, it's too late. So it's still second and third and one out. White Sox already up 2-0. Again, the Yankees are going to keep that infield in. Nelly Fox is 0 for 2. He's popped up the short and flew out the left. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Are they going to take a chance with Mick's arm? No, the catcher's going to stay put. That's a big second out here. 2 outs now. Still Aparicio at second, carrying at third. Landis with a sacrifice flying grounded out to Boyer. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's going to end the inning, folks. That's a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson. Over to first. But the White Sox do score one more. Make it a 2-0 game. We got Scourin, Howard, and Lopez due up here against Billy. Moose flew out the center's first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Aparicio. That'll be out number 1. That brings up Mr. Howard. See if Elston can get on board here. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Nice piece of hitting. Howard drives that ball over there. He'll round first, but he'll stop there with a single. That brings up Lopez, who doubled his last time up, folks. See if Hector can do that again. Maybe drive Howard in from first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And he's going to go to short way over to second, but they're not going to be able to turn 2. So that puts Lopez down at first now with 2 outs for Clint Boyer. See if Clint can come up here with a 2-out base hit. And that's going to be a single in the left field. I'm sorry, with 2 outs, that's going to be a nice play by Andy Carey. He's going to fire over to first, and that's going to get Boyer. Nice play by Andy, robbing Boyer of a base hit. So the Yankees leave 1 on. We go to the 6th inning. It's 2-0 Chicago. Robinson serves, and Mioso due up here against the Yanks. Floyd's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. It's only the second strikeout by Sheldon today. Here comes serves. He's 1 for 2. Grounded out the second, singled. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Mick comes charging in, makes a fine catch for out number 2. Robs Roy of a base hit. And here's Minnie Mioso. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to Roger and grounded out to Boyer. And that's going to be an easier fly ball to Mick. He's got him played perfect. Now it'll be 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. That gets the Yankees charged up, and they do something here in the bottom of the 6th. You got Sheldon, then back to the top of the order, Richardson and Kubek. Sheldon grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Billy's 4th strikeout of the game, folks. That brings up Bobby Richardson. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to both corners, left and right. Not this time, folks. He squares this one up. And Bobby blasts that ball in the right field. It's off the wall. Just missed a homer. He's standing down at second for the Tony Q back here. See if Tony can get him in here and keep this merry-go-round going. Tony's grounded out the third and the short. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. See if that's deep enough to get Bobby over to third. It's not. So Bobby's still down at second now for the M&M boys. This is what they pay him for. I'm sorry, that is going to be deep enough with him being an F runner. Got to look a little closer here. He will get down to third. So now you got a runner down at third for Roger. Let's see if he can cut this lead at least in the half. Grounded out the first, grounded out the third. And not this time, folks. That's going to be a single in the center field. That scores Bobby Richardson, and that cuts the lead in half. Now you got Roger down at first for Mick. Can Mick tie this game up or give the Yanks a lead here? He struck out twice. Billy seems to have his number. Let's see if Mick can figure him out here. And he sure does, folks. He grooves that one. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is out of here. Mick pulls that down the line in right field. And that is his 36th home run of the year. And his 109th RBI. And just like that, the Yankees take a 3-1 lead. M&M boys come through. That brings up the Moose, who's 0 for 2. He's flown out the center and grounded out the short. When Mick crossed the plate, Roger asked him what it was. He said it was a curve that didn't curve. And here's the Moose. And the Moose hits that ball down to Aparicio. That'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 3, 2 of them on the Mantle home run, and take a 3-2 lead going into the 7th. Hey, Tim, we got the bottom part of the order due up here. Carry on, and Pierce. We'll probably have a pitch hitter here for Pierce. Andy's 0 for 2, grounded out the short and reached on an error. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, Sheldon's third strikeout of the game. That brings up Cam Cameron. He's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be popped straight up the chute. Wouldn't be a home run in a phone booth. Howard makes the catch for out number 2. Like I say, that'll be it for Billy. Have a pitch hitter for him. See who's going to come off the bench here. Looks like Billy Goodman's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit for Billy Pierce. So it'll be the Billy and Billy show. See which Billy can do something here against Sheldon. Here's Goodman. Goodman's batting .227 on the year, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field, a pitch hit single for Goodman. Mick couldn't quite get to it, takes it on the bounce, fires it in. We're to the top of the order here in Aparicio. I'm sorry, that wasn't a single, that was a walk. Gotta read the cards right here. Still down at first, but he walked, he didn't single. Yeah. So Sheldon walks him and brings up Aparicio. Here's the pitch to Aparicio. He is 3 for 3 today, folks, with an RBI and 2 stolen bases. Not who you want to see up here. And they finally get him out, folks. That is a ground ball down the short. And Quebec will toss it over to Bobby. And that'll end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the seventh inning stretch time, folks. Let's see who the White Sox are going to bring in here to pitch. It might be Mr. Warren Hacker. And that's who it's going to be. Warren Hacker is going to come in the game, folks, and pitch. Let's see here. You got Howard, Lopez, and Boyer due up. See if the Yankees make some changes here. And I think they are. I think they're going to bring in Mr. Johnny Blanchard. The pitch hit here for Howard. So here's Johnny. Bring in the lefty, the face Hacker. Alrighty, Blanchard only hitting .228 on the season, folks. 15 home runs, 34 RBIs. And nice piece of hitting by Blanchard, but he gets under it just enough. And Carey's going to make the play out in shallow left field for out number 1, folks. Thought he got it, but he popped her up. And then Yogi's going to come in here and pitch hit for Lopez and stay in the game. So now 1 out. Yogi up. Yogi's hitting .308 with 22 home runs, 61 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Floyd Robinson makes the play out there for out number 2. And that leaves it up to Mr. Boyer to try to get this inning going. Get the Yankees an insurance run here. Boyer's 0 for 2. And that's a base hit in the left field. Boyer's aboard, folks, with a single. And now let's see who's going to come in here and pitch hit for Sheldon. Try to get an extra run on the board. We just got brought in 2 lefties. And I think we're going to bring in another one. Or do we go against conventional wisdom? And Bob, we're going to bring in Bob Serve. We're not going to do the lefty righty thing. We're going to bring Bob Serve in. See what Bob can do here. With 2 outs, a runner down at first. Bob's hitting .269 on the year with 6 home runs and 18 RBIs. And nice piece of hitting by Bob. He drives that ball into the gap in left center. Landis gets over. Boyer's going to motor on down the third. So we got first and third now with 2 outs for Bobby Richardson. Like I say, Bobby's swinging a nice bat, folks. He doubled his last time up and scored. See what he does this time with the Maris single. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound, I believe. Yes, it is. And Hacker's got it. He tosses it over to first. The Yankees leave 2 on. And we go to the top of the 8th, folks. And it's still a 1-run game. Luis is going to come out of the bullpen, try to nail this game down. He'll be facing Fox, Landis, and Robinson. There might be some pitch hitters for the White Sox coming up here. They got a bunch of lefties in the ball game. Okay, here we're going to have Yogi go behind the plate and catch. And Johnny's going to go out to left field. And that'll do it, folks. Alrighty, here's the pitch to Nellie Fox. He's 0 for 3. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Johnny Blanchard. Of course, as soon as you come in the game, the ball always finds you. So that is out number 1. Nice play by Blanchard. And up is Jim Landis now. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. And he gets a hold of this one off of Luis. Drives that ball down the line at first. He's in there with a double, folks. So the tying run's down at second with 1 out. And they'll have a pitch hitter here for Floyd. Bring in a righty. It's going to be Mr. Al Smith's going to come in the game for Floyd. There's Al. And Al's batting .296 with 20 home runs and 84 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And that's a big swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 2 outs now with Landis down at second. That brings up Roy Serves up now. And Roy is 1 for 3. He's grounded out and flew out his other 2 times up. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. This is going to tie the game up. And that is blasted into... That's going to do more than tie the game up, folks. That's going to be a home run in the center field. No, I'm reading that wrong. Sorry, that's going to be a double in the left field. Thought so, sure. Not reading the charts very good. And that ties the ball game up. Roy Serve with a 2-out double. It is 3 apiece, folks. Now Minnie Mioso's up. He's 0 for 3. And that'll be a fly ball out to Roger Maris to end the inning, but the damage was done. The White Sox score 1 here in the top of the 8th. And it's 3 apiece. We got Quebec, Maris, and Scowen due up. We got to put somebody in the right field. And it'll be Al Smith. He'll stay in the game. Hey, Legends. We got Quebec, Maris, and Mantle. Check out Legends, Bernard Strom, and Cleveland Baseball 879's channels, folks. All right, Quebec, Maris, and Mantle. Can they get that run right back, folks, against Hacker? Tony's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the third, second, and flew out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. That'll be an easy play for Andy. 1 out. Here comes Roger. He singled his last time up, folks. Drove in a run. See if Roger can do it again here, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Serves up with it. He tosses it over the hacker covering, and that's 2 down. See if Mick could come through again, folks. He homered his last time up. Give the Yankees the 3-2 lead. Can he give them the lead again? And that's a deep fly ball in the right field. Smith's out there. He makes the catch near the track. The Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 9th, all tied up. Bottom part of the order due up here. Carry on, and Hacker. A pitch hitter for Hacker. Andy's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Andy. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Moose has got it. Takes it himself for out number 1. Here comes Cam. Cam's 1 for 3. He single grounded out the first and popped up to the catcher. And that's going to be a pop fly in the infield. Boyer calls for it, makes the catch. 2 outs. And now we'll have a pitch hitter here for Hacker. Let's see who they're going to bring in here to pitch hit. Looks like it's going to be Espinosa. Sammy's going to come in here and pitch hit. That's what happened the last inning. 2 outs. And the White Sox scored on Luis. See if he can get the all-important 3rd out here. Sammy's only batting .093 on the year, folks. I shouldn't have said that, right, Legends? Now he'll probably blast a home run. No home runs and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. I didn't jinx it this time. Scourin's up with it again. He'll take it himself, and that'll end the inning. And the Yankees got a righty and 2 lefties coming up. The only thing is the White Sox don't have any lefties in the bullpen. So let's see which righty they're going to come out here with. Do they bring in the ex-Yankee, Mr. Larson, a perfect game, Don Larson? Pitch to his former teammates. I think that's who they're going to bring in. Larson's going to come in the game. See what Don can do against his former teammates. He'll be facing Scourin, Blanchard, and the guy that he carried off the field in 56, Mr. Yogi Berra. Moose is 0 for 3. He's due, folks. Here's the pitch to the Moose. And that's going to be popped straight up the chute. That'll be an easy play for Carry On behind home plate. 1 out. Here's Johnny. Johnny needs to get on a roll here, folks. Still batting under 230. Here's the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Larson's wheeling and dealing out there. Here comes his battering mate, Yogi Berra, Mr. Clutch himself. Can he come through here in the 9th? And he doesn't want no parts of Yogi. He walks him. Well, Yogi trots on down the first. That'll bring up Mr. Boyer. Can Boyer do it here? 1 for 3. Nice base hit and might score Yogi. Here we go. And no, that's going to be a ground ball down to Nelly Fox. He's up with it, fires over the first, and that'll end the inning, folks. Yankees leave Yogi stranded down in first, and we've got extras. Read all about it. Extra innings. And what do we do here, folks? Got the top of the order in Aparicio, Fox, and Landis. And I think that should be it for Luis. Let's see who the Yankees got to come in here to pitch. At the most he's going to pitch is this 1 inning. Let's see here. You got a righty, lefty, righty. See who they got. Ruffin and Tex if you want to go with the righties. So Hal's going to come in here. Or do we go with Tex? We might go with Tex because it's only going to be one inning. I think that's what they're going to do. They'll go with Tex because he pitched yesterday. So I don't want him to have to pitch long. So we'll go with Tex because he's definitely getting pitched hit for in the bottom of the inning. So knowing he's only going one inning, we'll go with Tex. That'll give Ruffin and them more opportunity to pitch more innings if this game goes any further. So he's got to face the top of the order. Aparicio, Fox, and Landis. Luis is smoking hot today. He's 3 for 4, but they did get him the ground out the last time up. Yeah, I hear you, Tim. And they get him to fly out to Johnny Blanchard. Big first out here with Aparicio as hot as he was. And that'll bring up Nelly Fox now. 1 out, nobody on. Nelly's 0 for 4. He's flown out the left twice, center, and popped up the short. And that's going to be another error one. Boyer down at third, folks. An E5 again. Yankees have gotten 2 errors, and both of them have been on Boyer. Not what you want here in an extra inning game to give up an error. Here's Jim Landis is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Oh, I'm sorry, it was a sacrifice. The double didn't drive in anybody. Here's the pitch to Jim, and that's a big swing and a miss. Nice job by Tex. Now there's 2 outs. Mr. Smith's up the bat now with Fox down at first. Smith struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Rogers got it, so the error doesn't cost them. And we go to the bottom of the 10th, still tied up at 3 apiece. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Tex. And then we'll have the top of the order. And let's see who we're going to bring off the bench here. I think it's going to be Billy Gardner's going to come out here and pitch hit. Try to get on board here. Get the winning run on. Shotgun Gardner. See what he can do against Mr. Perfect, Don Larson. Gardner's hitting .273 on the year, folks, with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Nelly Fox got us for out number 1. That'll take us to the top of the lineup and Bobby Richardson. See if Bobby can get aboard here. He's 1 for 4 with a double. And that is going to be a single in the left field. Bobby Richards still with that hot bat, folks. He's been smoking here in August. So Bobby's down at first for Tony Kubek. Can Tony at least get him in scoring position for the M&M boys? Tony's had a rough day. He's 0 for 4. He's grounded out the third twice, out the second, and flew out the right. But Don Larson all of a sudden's got himself in a pickle, folks, because that's ball 4. Kubek trots down the first. Richards runs down the second. He's in scoring position for the M&M boys. And let's see, they don't got a lefty in the bullpen. No, they don't. So Larson's out there to face Roger, first and second. Can he win this game, folks? A base hit will score Bobby with his speed. Rogers 1 for 4. He's grounded out the first, grounded out the third, had an RBI single and grounded out the first his last time up. Here's the pitch to Roger, and that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can they go around the horn and end this inning? Ball's down to Carey. He fires over to second, over to first, and around the horn they go. Roger Maris hits into a 5-4-3 double play, folks, and we're going to the top of the 11th. We got the righty, and a righty do up. Smith, Serves, and Mioso. See who the Yankees are going to bring in here. They might go with old Bud Daly. See who they might go with. See if he can eat up some innings. Maybe we save him in case this game goes even further. And that's what they might do. They're going to bring in Hal Ruffin just in case this game gets crazy. So Hal's going to come in the game, face all those righties. Yankees blew a great opportunity there, folks. 1 out, runners on first and second, and Roger hits into the double play. Now we got Mr. Serves up. Serves rather, and Mioso and Carey. Roy's 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby Richardson. And that is out number 1. That brings up Minnie Mioso's up now. And he's 0 for 4. Let's see if they can keep it that way. And they do. A big swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 up and 2 down. Here comes Andy Carey. And Andy's 0 for 4. And he's going to stay 0 for 4 because he pops that up behind home plate near the screen. Yogi's back there, makes the catch. And we're going to the bottom of the 11th, folks. And it's still knotted up at 3 apiece. You got Mantle, Scourin, and Blanchard. Mick's 1 for 4 with that 2-run homer, folks. Here's the pitch for the Mick. And that's the ball 4. Larson says, take your base, Mick. You're not going to beat me. And as happened many times, here is, in my opinion, maybe the most valuable player on the Yankees, Bill Scourin. He's 0 for 4 today, folks, but he has come up with more clutch base hits than anybody, I think. And with that 111 RBIs, it shows. So here's the pitch to the Moose. And that's going to be ball 4. And they can't wait around no more. They're going to have to take Larson out. They might do a double switch here. Did they got somebody who come in and play third? Yes, they do. So Martin's going to come in. He's going to bat in Don Larson's spot. And Kemmer's going to come in here to pitch. So we're going to do the old double switch. That's it for Larson. He walks 2 guys here in the 11th. So like I say, Martin will come in and bat in the 9 hole. And Kemmer will come in and bat in the 7th hole. And there's JC. He'll bat in the 9 hole. Alrighty, let's see what happens here, folks. First and second, nobody out for Johnny Blanchard. Johnny's 0 for 2, popped up the third and struck out. Here's the pitch from Kemmer. He's got a 6.7 ERA. He's 2-3 with 4 saves. And that's not what the Yankees wanted, folks. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. Over to Aparicio. Over to first. That's a 4-6-3 double play. Mick does get down the third. So we got 2 outs now. Sure, the double plays are killing the Yanks. But can Yogi come up with a key base hit here and win this game? He walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to do it, folks. That's going to be a single in the center field. Yogi touches first base, and Mr. Clutch wins the game for the Yankees in the bottom of the 11th, 4-3. Casey always said he don't like playing a game without his boy, and he didn't mean Mick. He meant Yogi. And if you guys got Netflix, check out the great documentary they got on Yogi called It Ain't Over. It's an awesome documentary. I watched it 2 days ago. Here, I'll even put a link to it. Well, I can't put a link to it on here. But it is an awesome documentary. Let's check out the box score here, folks. What a game. The White Sox, 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Yankees, 4 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. And both of those errors on Clint Boyer, one of the best fielding third basemen in the game. Poor Luis Aparicio had a heck of a game, 3 for 5 with an RBI. Landis was 1 for 4. Aparicio had that triple to start the game off with. Sure. Sears, ROLLIE was 2 for 5. White Sox are 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They left 7 men on. Of course, Mick with that big 2-run homer. Bobby Richardson, like I say, he's got a hot bat, folks. He was 2 for 5. And then Yogi coming off the bench, coming in the game, going 1 for 2 with a big RBI in the 11th inning. The Yankees were 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Left 6 men on base. Billy Pierce pitched a decent game, folks. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, struck out 4, and gave up the big home run to Mick. Hacker came in and did a great job, pitched 2 innings, 2 hits, and then poor Don Larson pitched a good inning and a 2/3 there, but then he comes in, gives up the hit, gives up the winning run, walked 4 and struck out 1. Kimmer comes in, gets 2 outs with that double play ball, then gives up the single by Yogi that wins the game. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. Oh, you're welcome, Bernard. I hear you, Tim. Yep. Okay, let's do the Bernard's Red Sox are traveling up to Cleveland to take on the Tribe. Let's see what happens here. And the Red Sox win a close one, Bernard. 5 runs on 9 hits and an error. The Tribe, 4 runs on 10 hits and an error. Sorry, Tim. Let's take a look at the box score since we got Tim and Bernard in here. Sure, the Yaz had a hell of a game. 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. He had a double. Nice job by Yaz. 3 out of the 5 runs he drove in. Schilling with the other 2, 2 for 4. So those 2 guys did it all, man. They was 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position, left 9 on. Oh, Francone had a good game, Tim, 2 for 5. And Held was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Phillips with 2 RBIs on the day. He had a 2-run homer. Cleveland was 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position, but still left 10 men on base. Stoddard goes 7 innings, picks up the win, goes to 4-6. Early gets his 7th save. Perry gets his 15th loss, drops to 9-5. Only goes 5 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, walked 5. That was his undoing. Was the walks. All those walks. Alrighty, now we got the battle for second place. The Orioles traveling to Detroit to take on the Tigers. Orioles are a half a game out of second. See what happens here. Bunning was on the mound, and he comes through, folks. But the Orioles get to him a little bit, but the Tigers get the win. The Orioles 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Tigers 8 runs on 10 hits and an error. Orioles must have scored some runs in the 9th inning unless Bunning gave up some unearned runs. He only had 3 runs, it says. Yeah, the Orioles came back and scored 2 in the 9th. He was pitching for the Tigers in the 9th. Yeah, Bunning went 8 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 7, gave up a home run. Aguilar comes in the 9th, gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, and struck out 1. Milt Pappas gets only his 3rd loss of the year. Couldn't get out of the 4th inning. Sure. And we got the A's traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. And the Twins win a close one. The A's 4 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors. The Twins 5 runs on 9 hits and an error. Oh, Killebrew 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs. And here's the last game in the American League. The Angels traveling to D.C. to take on the Senators. The 2 expansion teams. And the Senators take it to the Angels. The Angels 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Senators 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Oh, Marty 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Nice job. Take a look at the standings here in the American League. Yankees, after winning 10 in a row, they lost that game yesterday. Now back on the winning streak. They're 9 games up on the Detroit Tigers. Baltimore falls to 10.5 games back. They're on a 3-game losing streak. The Twins are 13 games back on a 5-game winning streak of their own. Excuse me. LA Angels are 27 games back. The Indians are 28.5 games back. The Red Sox are 30 games back. The Senators 39.5 games back. And the poor A's are 42 games back. Oh, and I just realized that was the Yankees' 81st win, so they're guaranteed a 500 season. And you got Elston Harrod still leading the American League with a .332 average. Roger with those 49 home runs. Cash with 115 RBIs on the season, folks. Let's see if those 3 runs got Bunning out of the ERA lead. Nope. He's still holding on to it with a 2.11 ERA. And he's leading the American League and I think major leagues with 19 wins. But we still got those 30 saves after he blew the save here today. Rogers still leading the American League in MVP, and Bunning's back on top in the Cy Young. All righty, I want to thank Bernard, Cleveland Baseball, 879, Legend Sports Universe, for stopping in today. Check out these 3 great channels, folks. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and on your way out of Yankee Stadium, leave a comment and hit that like button. Until next time, you all have a great afternoon and take care.